Hey guys, I'm Supercar Ron, and I am standing in front of my 2009 Lamborghini Murcielago SV. And this is the greatest Lamborghini of all time. I believe strongly that the Murcielagos are still wildly undervalued. These are $2 and $3 million cars eventually. Listen to this really quick. Come in close. Ready? Today I'm going to show you exactly why this Murcielago SV is the greatest Lamborghini of all time. But before we do that, I've had a long history with Lamborghini. I've owned dozens of their cars, dozen plus of their cars, and I want to walk you through what the 5 best Lamborghinis are of all time. We just got back from the Las Vegas concourse where there was the largest gathering of Lamborghinis that I personally know of. 252 Lambos parked on the golf course at the Wynn.
And it was wild. You have owned the gamut of Lamborghinis for decades.
I've actually owned Lamborghinis for 127 years, okay? Now, all of mine, I would call them more modern, post-2000, okay?
Yep.
My very first Lamborghini, by the way, was a Gallardo LP560-4. So it was the updated model of the Gallardo, but it was a Spider. So all-wheel drive, it was white over a white and black interior, kind of Miami spec, but I love it, and I wish I still owned it to this day.
Yeah.
It was E-gear, because they really didn't make many of those manual. I owned it for like a year and a half, put some miles on it. It was my very first exposure to Lamborghini. It was rock solid, never had a problem with it from a reliability perspective. I've also owned multiple Huracans. I had a black over red Huracan Spider, unbelievable. I'm looking at my Huracan Storado right here, also black, and obviously we've twin turboed this car. The fact that Lamborghini made an off-road Huracan, like what? Like,
yeah.
What are they doing?
That's the thing. I'm not sure if it's in your personal top 5. I think the Storado is like one of the best supercars ever made. It shouldn't exist in a way. You have something that can go off-road as a V10, is regularly a supercar, and they lifted it, and that was something Lamborghini did from factory.
The majority of the miles on that car have been off-road. I've had multiple Lamborghini Uruses.
Yep.
I had like the very first Urus that came out. Now we have, you know, Supercar Ronda has the Urus Performante. That thing absolutely rips. We drive them all year round, like summer, winter. We've raced them on the track.
Yep. It's a great camera car. We've leaned out of that thing so many times with the trunk open. It's nice.
But completely buckled in and safe and legal.
Correct. Yes, that's correct.
Yes, all of that. So the Uruses, honestly, people ask me like, hey, what SUV would you recommend? And I always point them to the Urus.
Yeah.
Like bulletproof, so fast. I think they look awesome. Really, really great SUVs. What else have I had?
You have had many Mercies. Murcielago, I think, is the one that you've had the most of.
So I've had more Mercy variants than any Lamborghini that has existed for me in my garage.
Yeah.
I've had Ryan Hardwick's old Mercy SV. I have my current Mercy SV that we have swapped to a manual that we'll talk about a little bit more. I have had, oh my gosh, the best Mercy SV ever in the history of mankind.
The brown car.
Morone Eclipses, dude. Morone Eclipses.
Yes.
Okay. Now that one I believe is living back in Europe because it's a European car. So, and that was one of 5 manual SVs from the factory.
Gosh, that car was so cool.
Oh, that car was.
That car was unreal.
It's so sad to me that we were not able to make that street legal in the United States.
And then
the Mercy
LP640 Roadster,
dude,
that was a banger. I love that car.
So people ask me, do you ever regret getting rid of a car? That might be top 2 cars that I ever regret getting rid of.
Yeah.
I think I wish that I had it still over almost any current car in my garage.
Yeah. And I mean, talk about not just still having it, but prices on those have also skyrocketed even more.
It's great timing for me.
I mean, that was one of the rare Mercies that reached the mid 1 millions.
Yeah, it's like what did I sell? I think I sold it for like 1.5.
Yeah, and now they're
like
touching 2 million now.
That is
unbelievable. I mean, that was a cool car. It was a cool spec too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super cool spec. It was a Supercar Ronda spec, dude. That like dark deep silver. Well, and so the last 2 cars that I've owned for Lamborghini, the Lamborghini Revueltos. I had the matte black one, my Batman spec. Okay. That had, it was like one of the very first cars ever produced, and it had a number of issues. I traded that one back into the to the dealer for the Alpha spec.
Yeah, and so Revueltas came out like a year ago, and you've already had 2 of them.
I've already had 2, and by the way, my 3rd one arrives in January.
We sat down to film this, and Ron goes, dude, did you know my original Revuelto that I spec'd is still coming? because he originally took the ones that come factory spec so you can get it quicker, and he I don't know how, this is the life that Ron lives. He completely forgot that he ordered a $700,000 car. I was like, oh yeah, that's still coming. So
have you never forgotten ordering a $700,000 car before?
You are a one-of-one human.
Yes, I tell Supercar Rhonda that every day. Like, you won the lottery, baby. There's only one of me.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
That's the humility.
But dude, the spec on this Revuelto, it will be my favorite.
Yeah.
Because it is so classy. I'm not even going to disclose what it is.
Yeah.
We'll disclose it at a certain point in the future. But this is custom spec by Supercar Ron. I hired 27 different designers, and we spent months and months and months designing the perfect Revuelto.
Yep.
And this is it. So that's kind of my history with Lamborghini, right?
Yeah, so that's how many cars total?
Gallardo, 3 Huracans, so that's 4. 3 Urises, so we're at 7. 3 Murci SVs, that's at 10. A Murci LP640 Roadster, that's 11. And then 2, almost 3 Revueltos, so it'll be 14 Lamborghinis.
Yeah. Plus, Temerario, you also have on order.
Yeah, I have a Temerario in order.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and we were reviewing the spec yesterday, and somehow it got input. I talked to the dealer, and it got input completely wrong.
Yes,
and he's
I
like
noticed
scrambling to like change it back to what my original spec was, which is going to be kind of a wild spec.
Yeah.
Actually.
So not only have you forgot,
so that'd be 15.
Yeah. So not only have you forgot that you ordered a Revuelto, but you also forgot you had a Temerario.
Here's my top 5 greatest Lamborghinis of all time. Number 5 for me is the Aventador J. A lot of people don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is,
Cool
Taze?
car, yes.
Oh, you do know what it is.
There is one of them in the whole world.
It was a one-off. It was a kind of a roadster variant. They chop out the whole A-pillar, right? Like it's just, in fact, I'd have to look at pictures again.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a windshield.
Yeah, there's not. It's like, it's similar to like what an Elva is or how a lot of those other speedster cars. I think there was some sort of Gallardo spec that Curated had where there's just no windshield.
That's number 5 for me. I love the roadster variants of cars. I actually love the Elva. I actually think the Elva is so cool.
Yeah.
McLaren.
Yeah, it's cool.
Now, would you own one? I don't know.
Right.
But as far as like cool, beautiful design, kind of an amazing spec, I don't even know who owns that car.
Yeah.
But the Aventador J is so good to me,
It's
dude.
cool.
Yes.
And I think it also complements the look of the Aventador quite well. I think some of the cars, they chop the windshield off, like an SP1, I think just looks really strange. But the Aventador looks really cool without the windshield on it.
Yeah. Number 4 on my list. I would bet that my number 4 is a lot of people's number 1. And I'm not even kidding. In the last couple of years, these cars have actually, I feel like they've started to sell for what their intrinsic value is worth, given the limited nature and the beauty of the car. My number 4 is the Mura SV. Mm-hmm. These cars are shockingly good looking.
Yeah.
I've seen numerous in my life. Now they're all millions, right? Like now they're all millions. When I first got into cars and ability to buy cars, I should have bought every Mura SV that popped up for sale.
Seriously.
Because they were in the hundreds of thousands, and now they're all in the millions. The really good ones are in the many millions.
Yep.
Mura SV though, do you agree?
I agree, but I feel like honorable mention, while we're speaking of one-off, one-of-ones, is the Mura SVR. I don't even know how it differs really. It has a lot of crazy aero on it, but it was also another one-off Lamborghini project that's just really cool in Lamborghini history. Only one ever. So it kind of is similar to the Aventador J, but more rare and also worth who knows how much, because
you don't
can't
even
put a value on it.
You don't even put a price on it, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like one of one. The Mura SV, I think, is my number 4 of all time.
Yeah.
Like I think they are stunning and beautiful, and they perform. They're low slung. This preceded like the wild Countach, right?
Yes.
Like it was just like classically beautiful
Yes.
sports car, you know, European inspired.
totally
the design
agree.
is unbelievable.
A lot of these cars, like the Revuelto or Aventador, they're just brutal. The Muras were so just gorgeous and like elegant and classy. They're just a car from a different age. They're
But
really,
big
really
V12s, like big
Yeah,
V12, a
so
lot
cool.
of power, really fast. I mean, I think they topped out at like 200
Yeah.
mile per hour.
I think they were setting some records back in the day.
They
right?
were setting
Yeah.
records. Like Lambo used to be like the speed company, you know what I mean? And they're still fast and everything else, but it's not about top speed. The Mura SV was really fast for its time.
Yeah, cool
All
car.
right, this is the hardest one.
Okay.
Because number 3 and number 2 are like 2A and 2B. Actually, they might just be tied for number 2.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Number 3 on my list of best Lamborghinis of all time, it's the Lamborghini Veneno.
Dude. Yes.
The Lamborghini Veneno.
Yes.
Now, here's the thing. When they first came out, I was like, oh, are they Ventador based?
Yeah,
Aventador? Okay. I was like, oh, Venti with a body kit. Bro, I have now seen one thanks to our friend Chris Singh. Chris, you are the man. I don't even know what's in his collection because every time he posts something, he's in some other hypercar.
Yep.
The Veneno was sent to the Las Vegas concourse this last weekend, and it was on this kind of pedestal platform. And when I just crested the hill, it was the only car. And now keep in mind, it's surrounded by other Lamborghinis. It's the only car I saw. It was like, woo, like straight to the Veneno.
Yeah. As a lot of the young kids would say today, it just has a bit of a special aura to it. You kind of see it and you're like, whoa. Because that was the first one I've ever seen in my life.
Here's the thing. If we had done this video 1 week ago, the Veneno would not have even made my top 5 list.
Really?
I have now seen it in person.
Yeah.
I understand better. My mind has been enlightened.
Yeah.
Okay? Like pictures don't do this car justice. It is so aggressive and so wild in its styling.
Not to mention the car's price. It's got to be a $10 million car today.
When they rolled it out, I think part of my issue with the car when they rolled it out is they priced it at $4 million.
Yeah.
And it was like nothing. Even the Bugattis, even the Paganis, even the Koenigsegg's, nothing was it was the most expensive hypercar at the time at $4 million. And I'm like, dude, what are they smoking? It's an Aventador with a body kit.
Yeah.
It's so much more than that. And now, do we even know what prices are? Are they 10?
I don't think any have really publicly traded, but I believe the market rate, what people say, is probably over $10 million.
I think it's probably north of 10 for that car. Number 2 on my list, the Sesto Elemento. Taste, what are your thoughts on this Sesto? We've seen it now twice.
Yeah, my thoughts are similar to how you felt about the Veneno. Seeing it in person changes your mind. Once you're able to see how in-depth Lamborghini went with that car to just make it a track monster, from the aero of the rear lid to how the dash is set up to the rear bumper, everything is fit to make that car so fast on a track. And then we have our buddy that went and made it street legal. So to see it driving on the street, similar to like how the Valkyrie is, you're like, this doesn't even belong on the street, but it is. It is so cool looking.
It's ridiculous. And he was telling me it's like just over 2,000 pounds. Listen, the Sesto Elemento was a no compromise race car.
Yep.
Lamborghini, I think, made 20 of them. Full carbon everything. It's all about weight savings. I think this was an exercise from Lamborghini to say, what is possible? What can we make, given all of our resources and all of our engineering and what we know about making cars? Can we make a 2,000-pound juiced up race car the wildest thing we can possibly make?
I love it.
And that's what they made.
It is a cool car. Yeah.
Yes.
It deserves that number 2 spot.
It is by far the coolest, I think, modern, Lamborghini that they've ever designed. Now, anybody that says it's just a Gallardo with a body kit, please unsubscribe from my channel right now, because you are an idiot, okay? You know what that tells me, actually?
Yeah.
That you've never seen it. You've never been around it. You have no idea what you're talking about, okay?
Yeah.
Like, to shave, 1,300 pounds off a Gallardo, it's not a Gallardo with a body kit, dude.
It is wild.
Yeah. Number 1. This is an outlier. No one's going to even agree with me on this, is the Murcielago SV. I've owned 3 of them, plus an LP640 Roadster. I love the Lamborghini Murcielago. They make fun of it, like Ed Bullion and Doug DeMuro.
Yeah.
They kind of make fun of it, and they're like, well, we can break into the car. Oh, and Houston Crosta, by the way, he was like, every one of these Murci SVs is unique because did they build it on a Monday? Did they build it on a Friday? Were they trying to get out of the office at that time? Like, they're all different inside, internally in this car. The Murcielago SV is one of the greatest cars ever produced in the history of car. I have been the purveyor of multiple of these cars. The Moroni Eclipsis, the Ryan Hardwick car, which was an E-Gear car, and my current SV, which belonged to Damon, right? And it also belonged to Houston at another point in time. So this is a little bit of a famous car. But then we took it and we made it even better. What did we do to it?
Did you added a manual transmission? Because I think at the time, people have said the E-Gear was like the new cool option. So people are like, oh, we have to have the E-Gear. And then the manual transmission just got overlooked. So only a certain amount of people spec'd it with the manual.
If you're looking for a car with limited production numbers, naturally aspirated V12, right, that makes big power, with looks that have only gotten better over time.
Yeah.
If you want a car that will not lose any value, in fact, I believe strongly that the Murcielagos, especially the Murci SVs, are still wildly undervalued. I think these are $2 and $3 million cars eventually.
I would say, in my time working for you, I've been able to drive, you have been able to give me the opportunity to drive.
Paganis, Bugattis,
A
everything.
whole lot. Everything.
Valkyries.
Like
Yep.
everything. The Murcielago is my favorite supercar by far. By far.
Am I paying you to say this, or do you actually
No,
believe
I
this?
genuinely believe it. Because one, the era is unbeatable. It's like the last of the great analog supercars. Second, it's Batman's car. It's the Bruce Wayne car, which makes it even cooler. It has this historical, like, pop culture appeal. And then third, V12, sounds amazing, manual transmission. That car is the one that I've said, like, dude, I hope you never sell this. It's just the coolest car. I love it.
I agree with you 100%. All right, guys, now that we've talked about the best Lamborghinis of all time, this being my absolute favorite, you guys might remember I bought this car, or I bought it from Barrett Jackson. I actually had to leave, and Tace was up on stage bidding with like a supercar Ron Beard. It was actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
6-speed automatic transmission, weight instructions
This is
from
us
the
right
Garage X collection. £700 in Naughty, and £700 in Naughty, but it goes 675, and 800 £800 in Naughty, $800, but it get $800, but it get £800 Naughty, £800 in Naughty, $800 man to get away, 700, 750,
Let's go!
$750 all through, and 750 and a half. So, $700,000.
Since we've owned this thing, we've made some changes. One of those is a lot of different paint work, paint correction, full body PPF, ceramic coating. But you'll also notice this car sits on different wheels and tires than what it came with. So we still have the stock wheels and tires, but we partnered with our buddies at Vossen. Look at the concave on this back wheel. Look, Lamborghini purists might not love it, but I think this looks so good with this Grigio exterior, these silver wheels. I am absolutely in love with the way this thing looks. Let me know what you guys think, by the way, because this is really polarizing. Some people love it. Some people absolutely hate it. I do have to give a shout out, though, because all of this work was done by my buddy Houston and his team at Royalty Exotics in Las Vegas. They've gone through the car and done an entire refresh. Anything that needed to be done, updated, or fixed, it is fixed at this point. And the most beautiful part of this car, it came as an E-gear. Now we get to row the gears.
One of the best parts about that, you sent this car down to get a manual transmission, and they just did all of the refresh anyways.
Yes. Look, Houston will do work without getting paid. So anyone that wants to...
Anybody that wants free work, just go to Houston.
Anybody that wants free work, go to Houston. I think it was helpful for us, though, to be like the very first, or I think we were the very first Murci SV swap.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to just make sure they understood the process and everything else. It just got back, by the way, from Houston. We've upgraded a few more things as part of the manual swap. It's even better than it was before. This car runs so well. And magically, there's no check engine lights, which if you guys are a Murcielago owner, you kind of understand there's usually going to be some light on, even if there's no problem with your car. Let's hop inside and check out the manual transmission. Okay, guys, so some of the interior parts on a Murci SV are different from standard Murcis. I think you start with these one-piece carbon bucket seats. They are similar to the Porsche GT seats in that they have kind of this high bolster on the sides. It's all fixed. All you can do is move the seat forward or back. But here's the thing, having owned an actual manual Murci SV from the factory, having put a bunch of miles on it, this car, the Murci SV, is so much better with a manual. So we went and worked with Royalty Exotics in Houston to do the very first manual swap on a Murci SV, and this car is money to drive. The shifts feel just like factory. You can see this H-gate, push it down and over for reverse. The car is so good to drive, and especially given that the gears are really long. I was noticing again this morning, first gear goes to like 60 miles per hour, dude. Like you can actually stay in gear for a long period of time. The car revs to almost 9,000 RPMs. For a naturally aspirated V12, that is wild. And so it's rare actually that I get beyond fourth gear in this car. So I'm usually in first, second, third. On the highway, you'll be at fourth. And then I guess if you want kind of an overdrive, you'll throw it in fifth or sixth. But then you're kind of out of the power band and everything else. And so that's what you would use for road trips. But listen to this really quick. Come in close. Ready? Oh my gosh.
love this car. It is so loud. Oh my gosh. That will cause hearing damage for sure. Not all SVs were actually spec'd with this, but this is one of my favorite parts, is this SV logo. I did it again. Every time I get in, I always forget it's on this side.
Every single time.
Every single time.
Like, there has never been a time when I've gotten in and reached for the correct side for my seatbelt.
Never.
Yeah. Let's go, homie. And when we made the manual swap, the horn doesn't work.
This doesn't work?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, try to find it. Oh, never mind. I was pushing in the middle the entire time. Okay, we good? Ready? So I just shifted at like 6,500 RPMs.
It's wild.
There's a
You
lot of-
are right.
Yeah, there's so much gear to go through.
Yeah.
It feels like you're supposed to shift, but then you shift and you look down and you're like, wait, why did I shift that early? You know what I mean?
What I've noticed about the Mercies too, in the revs, the exhaust, it's loud the whole time. Once you get to 4.5,
Yes.
it starts to sing.
That is where this car comes alive, is 4.5. Ready? Ready? Here we go.
Also, one thing that we have not talked about yet, and we have yet to film, and I want to capture it well. Oh my gosh, I love it!
I hope it's capturing the sound of this like properly.
Oh, it's
dude.
absurd.
It is so good.
But on top of this car driving amazing, and on top of it sounding as good as it does, this thing will shoot like 6-foot fireballs out of the back at night, I guess during the day too. But it is so absurd looking on the freeway because you will light up the entire canyon just driving this car.
Dude, it is wild. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. And in fact, dude, the first time I saw it was Alex Lambo Jesus' car.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yep.
We're like, dude, there's like 8-foot fireballs coming out of the back of your car.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty wild. Here's the downside to owning a car like this. You're so low, sometimes people can't see you. It's almost like a motorcycle. Like, legitimately, you are low. This car is not a standout bright color, so I have noticed that, especially if I'm in someone's blind spot, you have to be really careful. Like, don't sit in their blind spots, because they will just come over because they can't see you. They might be able to hear us, but they can't see us.
Yeah.
Secondly, from this B-pillar back, you see nothing. Nothing. So in order to merge, you kind of have to accelerate to the spot that you can see, because the visibility is so poor behind your shoulder. Now, I can see out the back, so I can see through this, and I can see the cars behind me, but I just can't see anything at all in my blind spot. And because this car is kind of an older generation, there's no like blind spot sensors. You know how new cars in the mirrors, they can kind of tell you if there's a car in your blind spot? You can't see anything with this thing.
Also, one fun thing, we have just put in an order with Continental and our boy Marco to put snow tires on this thing.
Yes, we will be running snows, which is a little terrifying, but it should be really fun. I'm at like 75 miles per hour in third gear, and I'm at 4,500 RPM. Like, that's 75 in third gear, and I still have 4,000 plus RPM to go. It's pretty amazing.
Okay, I've just looked it up. Top speed of the car, what's your guess?
I'd say 209, something like that.
Big wing is 209.
Okay.
212 with the small wing.
What was it with the small wing? 212?
Small wing 212, yeah.
Doing some healthy speeds. Ready? There we go. Are we good up there? I think so. There we go. Okay, we are just at 60 in second gear.
Dang, dude, 70 miles per hour feels so fast these days.
70. We went from 0 to 70. That's pretty sick, actually. Pretty sick.
Oh, goodness gracious.
If you were this car, like put yourself in the car's feelings. What would you want to do?
Correct.
Do you want to be driven soft and gentle if you're a high performance vehicle? Absolutely not. You want to be roughed up. You want to give it the beans. You want to get on it. You really got to lube everything up. That's how I would want to be treated as a high performance car. Right out the box.
Right.
Yep.
What a good owner.
Dude, I know. You are welcome, little car, for treating you the way that you deserve to be treated. Can you imagine if you were a racehorse, born and bred, and from the very fabric of your DNA, decades of life experience, you are designed to go fast, and then all you do is sit in a garage not being started? Like, is that really how you would want to live life? Absolutely not. You want to feel the air, you want to touch the grass, you want to go fast, you want to feel it blow through your hair or through your rear spoiler. And so that is how I treat my vehicles, because I think of them as people.
Beautiful horse.
Yes, or animals, either one. I mean, like, there's a raging bull on the front of this. There's not like a sleepy tiger, like sleeping. It's a raging bull. The other thing about this car, legitimately, is just driving it around, just normal driving, it puts a smile on my face like the entire time.
Yes.
Like I'm so happy driving this car around. It's so fun. The noises it makes, just the way it drives, you're like so planted in this car. You know what I mean? Some of the old, Porsche 911s from, the 90s and 2000s, the biggest problem those cars have, and I still love them and I still own them, but the biggest problem they have is the front end gets floaty. Like when you're going really fast, it just gets floaty. Yeah. And in this car, I mean, I haven't hit a speed yet where it feels like the car is gonna fly.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's floaty at all, but one of the fun parts about the SV, it being an older analog supercar, is that it feels like you could kind of die at any second if you're going too fast.
Well, it's like the F40, dude.
Yeah.
The F40, which is maybe the greatest supercar, hypercar ever produced in my mind. It might be the number one, the GOAT. You feel like you're gonna die in it at any given time, which is why when Tace got hit by that semi truck, it's like, dude, I'm just glad you're alive. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
That car was almost my coffin, legitimately.
But like that's super sad, and we all would have been terrible. But how sick would it have been? Though?
It would have been so cool.
You died driving an F40.
So how did Tace die? He was driving an F40. That's sick.
Sometimes you get the call, and it's all very sad always, and you're like, oh, Jim Bob died, of a sudden heart attack walking, or he died in his sleep. How about the headstone, I died ripping an F40? Are you kidding me? Legend status.
I would have hoped as my boss, you would have had the decency to bury me in the car.
I mean, let's not get carried away, all right, Tace? I would have put the wheels in with you at a bare minimum, all right? Dude, Tace, what we do when we die is we make a call. It's like the bat signal. We call for all sick cars within like a 12-state radius to show up, and then we shut I-15 down, dude. Shut it down. Like I want 5,000 hypercar supercars at my funeral procession. Okay, 5,000. That's the goal.
Oh my gosh.
Make Las Vegas concourse look like a little cars and coffee meet. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what we want.
Done. For the viewers out there, just know that is Ron's only dying request in his last breath.
Tace, you know what are super sick vehicles that I actually love that we really need to check out are these right here, these Ineos.
Oh yeah.
They're like modern Defender 110s meets a G-Wagon meets a BMW platform. I actually think they're so sick. What are all these squares on the side of it though?
I don't know, maybe places to mount stuff?
Is it mounting points? Like, look at that.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know, I think they're sick. Okay, let's race it, okay? Just kidding, we don't race. Mid-third. Alrighty then. Downshift a second, ready? Alright guys, hopefully this gave you a little bit of a sense of like what it feels like, what it sounds like, the experience you can have.
One last rip.
We're gonna go underneath this overpass. Ready? Here we go.
It's so
There's just
good.
like, there's very few things like it. Like I put this up against the Carrera GT. I put it up against the LFA. I even put it up against like the Zonda R, dude. Like that is how this car has an exhaust on it, but that is how good this car sounds.
Absolutely agree. It is. I feel like it's one of the best sounding cars of all time.
Of
It's
all
so
time,
cool.
of all time ever. You know what I mean? And manual, the color, the limited production,
Yep.
the naturally aspirated V12. This is the GOAT.
Yep.
Hopefully, guys, this little drive kind of convinced you guys that I am right on this and that this is the best Lamborghini of all time, because it is. Thank you guys for following. Hit the subscribe button and tell all your friends. Peace.